Starting with an honorable mention that misses out on the aforementioned threshold, São Paulo crater, a portion of South America's largest city. São Paulo is situated within an impact crater. Do you see it? Known as the Colonia crater, this simple impact crater forms a highly obvious bowl-shaped depression in the ground which measures 3,600 meters or 11,811 feet wide. And, while largely filled in by numerous layers of sediment since its formation approximately 8 million years ago, this feature was originally a whopping 450 meters or 1,476 feet deep. Today, approximately 23,000 people live within its densely populated interior at the very outskirts of this major city. Vredefort and Morocco. Now, heading to the African continent is the world's largest confirmed impact crater, which a whopping 15.55 million people along with the nation's largest city, Johannesburg, live within. Known as Vredefort crater, measures a stunningly large 300 kilometers or 186.4 miles wide, having formed during a time when the planet's oceans were red 2.023 billion years ago. At the time, a truly massive 30.8 kilometers or 18.7 mile wide asteroid slammed into an ancient craton. For context, the impacting asteroid was larger than the entire modern Hawaiian island of Lanai. The scars this tremendous impact left in the landscape still remain to this day, although only rings at 21 kilometers and 35 kilometers away from the crater's center are still visible. Several large cities within the crater's original largely hidden rim other than Johannesburg include Soweto, Benoni, Katlehong, Kwatama, altogether accounting for 24.3% of South Africa's population. Yet, if we head 400 kilometers to the west, we arrive at another massive impact crater, the Morocco crater. This 190-kilometer-wide impact crater formed during the very late Jurassic period 146.1 million years ago, wiping out everything that lived in a 1,650-kilometer radius. Today, approximately 175,000 people live within this structure, mostly in smaller communities in South Africa, but also a negligible portion exists in Botswana. Heading to West Africa, Senegal crater. Portions of both the nations of the Gambia and Senegal live within what is known as the Vélingara crater. While the exact age of this 85-kilometer wide structure is not known, a good guess would be 35 million years old. Two larger cities which comprise a portion of the 241,000 people who live within this impact crater are Vélingara and Diobe. Heading to Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, the 66-million-year-old and 180-kilometer-wide Chicxulub crater which led to the extinction of the non-avian dinosaurs today contains several major cities, including Mérida, Motul, and Human. A whopping 1.44 million people live within the land portion of its crater rim. In Virginia, 206,000 people live within the massive 85-kilometer-wide Chesapeake, Illinois and Chicago Bay impact crater, including portions of the cities of Newport News, Hampton, Norfolk, and Virginia Beach. Meanwhile, in Illinois, 64,000 people live within the 5-mile-wide Des Plaines crater, encompassing a portion of the Chicago metropolitan area. Germany crater. Heading to Europe, the infamous Nördlinger Reis crater in Germany which measures 24 kilometers wide and formed 14.8 million years ago contains a total of 55,000 people including the city of Nördlingen which was founded in the 9th century CE. Russian craters. In Russia, 230,000 people live within the Devonian Age 15-kilometer wide Kaluga crater southwest of Moscow. And, with our final crater on this list, which is also in Russia, 50,000 people live within the early Jurassic 80-kilometer wide Puchesh-Katunki crater. Thanks for watching. As a final note, I would like to thank this channel's patrons on Patreon and channel members on YouTube.